Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another fabulous episode of This Is the Show, the best damn show you're going to hear all day up in your ears. As always, we have our host, Mystical Oaks, Crypto Euclid, myself, Junior Lancaster, and today we're joined by Benny Big Crypto later on. As always, we are sponsored by our sponsors, right? To the moonevents.io. Join us for a fabulous weekend. December 7th through the 9th, Tybee Island, Georgia, for a wonderful weekend filled with fun, enjoyment with your favorite crypto Twitter friends, and anyone else who is eligible to attend. For more information, please visit tothemoonevents.io. We are also sponsored by BitNinja Supply. Get that BitNinja gear, all your This Is the Show and Tour to Crypto stuff, but especially that This Is the Show shirts. We've got those up. Got a lot more stuff coming out very soon. Really, really cool mock-ups we've been checking out. So head on over there and get yourself some shirts. All your and be sure to be fresh every single morning, every afternoon, every day. Brew up a nice little cup of Hodl Fuel coffee. It's the best coffee in crypto. Drink that Hodl Fuel coffee, right, Yuki?
Yes, drink that stuff. It's delicious. Yeah, I'm actually out of coffee. I'm not prepared. I drank it all. Thank you. No.
Okay.
When I load the page, it just reverberates back. So,
right,
can you
I'll
figure
try.
out how to do it?
I think so. I'll do it.
All right.
Okay.
We're having a little technical difficulty with the old tweetaroo. But we're figuring out
how it goes.
Yeah.
That's what happens with a live show. You know, a funny thing, I was actually thinking about this. We may have even briefly brushed over it, but, you know, all these other podcasts out there, you know, they're great. They're cool, but we're the only one that do it live.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
We are a live show. I was able to tweet out something kind of small and generic, Tamara, so you can continue doing what you were going to do. That would be fantastic.
I did, and thank you, sir.
Well, today we are joined with a special guest. We have a special guest on the show today.
Yeah.
His name is Benny Big Crypto. He's the general on Twitter. How are you doing today, Mr. Benny Big?
Am I live?
Yes, you are live, sir.
Wow. This is the only podcast that I know that does live.
Yeah, that's just how we roll. I mean, you know, a tree could fall through our house, and
I hope not.
And you know,
yeah, let's not.
Well,
yeah,
it's an honor to be here. I'm a big fan of this podcast, and I'm here today. I want to give something away though.
Awesome.
Yeah, you talked to us about doing like a giveaway. We did a little tweet a while back. We were thinking about extending it if that was okay with you. What do you think about doing that?
So I definitely think we should extend it, but I think we need to. I mean, people to pick up their game a little bit, right? I mean, we need signs. People say, "I love tits," podcast, but these signs need to be in places that they're not supposed to be in. You know, like a place of worship,
right?
Or maybe like in a 3-year-old nursery, right?
Right.
Or your wife is about to give birth. You know, these are the places that I expect to see these signs that I love tits podcast.
Right.
Okay. Big places. Think big is what you're saying.
Places that aren't, you know, normal places you might see somewhere where it says I love tits. Podcast.
Right. I gotcha.
You want
people to get creative, right? Energized.
Yes.
You know, get their juices flowing. Get those signs or tattoos or markers on their forehead next to that picture someone drew on their face at the party, and put hashtag, or is it I heart hashtag tits podcast, right?
Right.
Is that what we decided? Is that what we decided on?
I thought so. I thought it was I heart
yeah.
hashtag tits podcast.
That's what I thought too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds right to me.
Sounds perfect.
And I think I did say if somebody did a tattoo, I'd give them 0.05 Bitcoin. But if somebody does that tattoo with Yuki's face on it,
oh my god,
I'll do 0.1 BTC.
Damn, jeez. Woo.
I don't
I think
think-
the only person that would get a tattoo, and probably not of Yuki's face, but of the hashtag one would be me. So I'd kind of be like, gaming the system here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably not fair.
Yeah.
This is not your contest. This is my contest. So whoever does it wins.
Oh,
You're,
you're in the running.
I just don't know how I feel
maybe
about
I'll
having
get one.
someone. Okay, Tamara.
Uh-huh.
No, I can't.
Oh, he
I
said
can't.
okay for a second.
I
and
can't
then-
stand behind that. I couldn't imagine. So you're talking about my Avi or my real face?
No, I wasn't talking about your face. I was talking about I love tits.
Oh, okay.
You want me to get your face on my body?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody loves tits, right?
right.
Right.
No.
So, all right. So, Benny, what's going on with you? What else you been up to since we last chatted?
Just right now, things are the same. We're all in this bear market, which sucks. But so we have to pretend like we're doing something more interesting with our lives,
Right.
like work and have a life instead of pumping and having a bull market. So it's been interesting lately. I will say that crypto Twitter
Yes.
has become more entertaining since the bear market.
Yeah, that's
Surely.
true.
Oh yeah.
I'd rather have a bull market,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to lie that the entertainment value of a bear market has really, really come, like it's taken to another level right now.
It entertains you more.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
noticed.
what about
Yeah, I've noticed that too. That especially as the market just goes sideways and people are tweeting out, "I'm bored," BTC's boring. People are trying to figure out, ways to entertain themselves. And how do you entertain yourself?
Oh, good question.
How do you keep
Me
yourself? Yeah.
me personally?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things I do. I besides crypto Twitter, and by the way, I just want to before I get into that, Yuki. That's how we pronounce it because it's very. I was trying to understand how to pronounce your name until the podcast. So
yeah.
it's Yuki.
Well, I was given that nickname. It was by Draws during the. I interviewed Draws when I first started doing podcasts. I had Yuki and the Goddess. Actually, back then it was like Chillin' with Euclid or something. And Draws came on and he said, "Can I call you Yuki?" And I was like, "Sure." And then it just kind of stuck. And then
So we're gonna stick with that. Okay. I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure.
yeah,
It's pronounced Yuki, not Yucky.
yeah.
Not yucky.
Sometimes it's yucky, but usually it's Yuki.
Now you could have done a little bit better. Like I thought that was like some kind of god of war or something. I did look it up online. I didn't see anything. So you know.
Well, what they say is nicknames choose you. I didn't choose it.
Right.
Right. Well, I've been calling Benny Big my whole life, so
Yeah,
I
Nice.
hear that. Yeah.
Benny Big. That's fun to say.
Benny Big.
Benny-
For other reasons.
Benny Big, the giveaway
Oh,
guy.
hey now, big
hey.
boy.
Wow, right out the gate.
We
It's
got
there.
a challenger here.
Yeah, it's there.
Oh yeah. Love it.
So for fun, what do? I go on crypto Twitter, but I have a full-time job. I play a lot of video games. I have 2 lovely redheaded daughters, and I often I like to write a lot and think about what's going to happen in the future. Are we gonna survive? Are robots going to take over? Are aliens going to take over? Different scenarios that I like to put myself. And usually every time I walk into a room, the first thing I do is find the exits to know if there's a zombie apocalypse. I know exactly how to get out of there.
Get out of here. You do?
Do you really?
Every single.
I
Every
love
single-
that.
Yep, it's
There's
a good way
not
to do things.
There's not a place I don't go. And the first thing I don't think about is what happens if zombies come through this door right now. How am I going to get out?
Oh, you know what I just thought? Maybe that's your fear, Yuki, and you don't even know it. Because
What?
he has a major anxiety attack when he's in a place where he can't get out. Like even in a grocery store line, he has to be able to like exit immediately. Like,
Well, it's not
you know.
even the physical act of I could push the old lady out of the way. It's not like, that
Like
comes
you
in.
do that when you're leaving quietly and calmly as it is.
Mine is more
Right.
like social anxiety, like I don't want to embarrass myself in front of people or something, and then I feel like if I get in a line or something and people get in behind me and I suddenly have a panic attack and I need to flee, you know.
But you're making yourself have a panic attack.
Yeah, and Benny is more like legitimately worried about zombies.
Right.
Yes. Yes. I mean, you have to be ready.
How do
Yeah.
you think that will happen? Like, what will cause? Because there are so many scenarios that could cause the zombie apocalypse. And what do you think is the most
Summer
likely?
doomsday scenario.
Yeah. Well, what's the most likely? Do you think?
I mean, if we're really talking seriously here, we're not, probably a zombie apocalypse, if it would happen, would probably be some kind of genetic disease that got out. World War Z is most likely the zombie scenario that we would see, I would guess.
So you're saying Brad Pitt saves everybody?
That or me,
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Out of all the like zombie movies that were coming out during that time, that was probably one of my favorites. World War Z with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Wasn't that
That was a good one.
Wasn't that the guy? Okay, so it was like the son of someone famous. Mel Brooks.
Max Brooks.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Max
was
Brooks.
Max
Yep.
Brooks.
Yes.
Okay. I'm a huge Mel Brooks fan, so
I'm a big Mel Brooks fan also.
yeah, I think
You can never make movies like Mel Brooks anymore.
Right.
That's
Oh yeah, not
you
anymore.
actually can't. Yes.
No,
no. You literally like
No,
a
you can't.
white Jewish man
Right.
can never make Blazing Saddles.
I know.
no. Or what was?
That's-
Oh
I
no,
mean, but who would want to anyway?
I know.
For me, is one of the greatest films of all time,
Right.
tied up there with Young Einstein. I mean, some Mel Brooks movies are the best of all time.
what about History of the World?
That's my favorite.
History of
yeah.
the World.
Part two?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Part two.
two.
that's the best.
Yes.
I
Right.
love that.
Now he was a genius. I actually know somebody who knew him. Not knew. Well, I should say it like this. My friend's mother lived next door to Mel Brooks's mother. They were neighbors, and she said that he would come home like out of the blue, and he would always be wearing a cape. He would like open the like this is when he was famous. He would like open the door, run in, boast in with his cape, say, "I'm here for Shabbos dinner, for
Right.
Shabbat dinner,"
Uh-huh.
and then he would just leave.
Oh wow.
And that was his thing. He used to go. He was nuts. So,
Now, do you
but he
think-
always wore a cape.
Do you think,
awesome.
being
awesome.
the son of Mel Brooks, do you think Mel Brooks was a great dad who was funny and gave his kid a lot of attention, or do you think it's like most geniuses who like pay their kids like no attention? Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm sure he wasn't. I'm sure he was a funny father. I'm just not sure how loving he was. But he had a very good relationship with Anne Bancroft. That was a serious relationship for almost 50 years, right?
Oh, yeah.
Who's Anne Bancroft? Was that his wife? Sorry.
That was his wife. And usually when you have like, really good, a really good relationship with your wife, that, goes, your children, usually have a good relationship with your children. That happens a lot.
Yeah,
So I would.
that's
Makes
true.
sense.
Jared's asking on Periscope who the guest is. This is Benny Big Crypto, the general on Twitter. You guys go follow him. Look at Jared. Look at the tweet, for fuck's sake. You can't pick.
It's right there.
Just look at the thing. We did the tweet. That's there for
Will you
you.
stop yelling at our friends?
Jared knows
To
I
all our
love him.
listeners out there, I'd just like to apologize on behalf of Mystical Oaks, myself, and Betty Big Crypto for our co-host.
We do not
Crypto
support him.
Euclid, who is an asshole.
Who is out of control most of the time.
You get angry sometimes. I've noticed that.
Do you think?
You should see
So-
behind the scenes over here.
So what's up with that? I mean,
I
is
have
there-
problems, sir. Mental problems.
Yeah? Is this from when you were a kid?
Yes.
Right. Now we have something in common. You were telling me that I have an issue with my mother-in-law. You were saying that you've had issues with your mother, right?
Yes.
So can we do like maybe all seriousness? Maybe we could do maybe one of those throw mama from the train things.
Mm-hmm.
You take care of my mother-in-law. I'll take care of your mother.
I don't-
You'll ever know.
Yeah,
Right?
well, see, I don't have to take care of my mother. Luckily, she doesn't know where I live. Although by now she might. But no, I don't have my mother or my father in my life. They've been removed from my life by me.
But you have a good wife.
Yeah, I have an amazing wife. I have two wonderful children. But to address what you're saying about my anger, I don't. It's deep rooted childhood stresses and dramas and what do you call it? Trauma. Yeah. That's slowly eking out. I'm just recently quit. Well, not just recently. I've got 13 months of sobriety, so I figured out that I can't drink and bury my pain with drugs and alcohol. So now it's the time of my life where I start figuring out my shit, and I start dealing with my stuff, and that's what you guys see and hear. You hear me dealing with my shit. That's the anger. That's what it is.
So that's pretty intense. Are we allowed to talk about serious things on the show? I never know.
No.
No, not at all, right?
Let's vote.
We already had that episode.
Right, I heard that. That was a good episode. I have to say that episode was, I found it personally, I thought it was a great episode. I think that, not to get too serious, but depression and bipolar and mental health is something that has such a stigma.
Yeah.
And it's really, it's terribly unfortunate, because people don't fully understand it and think that it's it's like having a cold that'll go away the next day. And it's like having diabetes. It's not going anywhere, and if you don't take care of it, it will kill you.
Wait, diabetes is permanent?
Stop.
Yes. So here's something funny my mom said to me once when I wanted to confide in her. It was in between a time when she wasn't out getting wasted or at home being wasted. I looked her in the eyes and I said,
so well of her.
Yes.
She's a lovely lady.
I said, Mom, I'm having problems with depression and stuff. This is when I was pretty young. And she looked at me and said, well, just stop. Just stop being depressed. And I said, okay, Mom.
Snap out.
Yeah. Pull yourself together, kid.
No,
somebody rolled off on the wrong side of the bed today.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, I tell you, I told somebody very close, my mother-in-law, I shouldn't say that on the air, but whatever. And I remember her first reaction was, okay, so just, take a NyQuil and, maybe tomorrow morning you'll feel better. Like, oh, that makes sense. Years of, keeping it down, and I'll just take a NyQuil and I'll feel great.
Listen, though, that's the way they were brought up, though. Their parents didn't speak to them. You know what I mean? Like that, they're our grandparents, they were busy working their asses off and, busting their ass. They were like either off to war or and the kids were just not. I don't think there was a lot of love and a lot of like caring. Like now, like our kids are so like overly coddled and like bullying is such a big deal now. And back then when we were young, like our parents didn't give two shits about us generally. I mean that's my experience. But I think it's because their parents were emotionally not available. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they think about the lives they lived, right? They had to work like 12 hours a day. They would come home. Their dinner tasted terrible. They never had they had, maybe they had some TV. They had, at time one, they had some color TV. TV was terrible. It wasn't until like the 80s and 90s when we had really good movies. I'm telling you, that's in my just is a theory of mine, that once the 80s came and we had really good 80s movies, it changed everything. Before that, it seems like life was just terrible. If I had a time machine, I don't want to go back to the 20s. It sounds horrible.
Yeah, I mean, well, what's the deal though? Was it the Roaring 20s? Wasn't that the good times though? Like
it was supposed to be the Roaring 20s, and everybody was having a great time dancing, right? The speakeasies and whatnot.
Yeah, and swing dancing and stuff.
There's actually nope.
I just made Tamara go get me a cup of coffee, so
so I feel like
she missed it.
There's an interesting book. It's called The Wave Principle of Human Social Behavior, and just like in like trading and stuff like that, where we look at like wave theory. Not everyone believes in this, but there have been studies into wave theories in human evolution, and it actually looks at things like music and film and writings throughout generations, and it actually shows where like the bull market of humanity and bear markets and just progression and corrections occur, and the corrections are obviously depressive states in economies and in society, and then your bullish parts are progress and expansion. And even if you look at the past century, we can see where these things occurred. And you have music, you have blues and jazz that talked about depressive times, and then that built up into happy music, and then we had the 60s revolution and all of that, and you can actually chart out depression and happiness throughout society.
Yeah, but it's got to come down to showers. I mean, think about it, right? It really smelled. People smell for a year. Right? I mean, if
I
you
would
go
not
back,
be able to deal with the smell of urine, no.
yeah, I mean, can you imagine going back to like the 1800s?
Dude,
Back there and be like, whoo.
let me just tell you.
Where
go-
where they use snuff because of this. They actually put shit up
Oh
their
my
nose.
God.
So
Listen,
they could
guys,
smell something different.
You want to
Like
know
just
what
throwing
it
it out the
smelled?
window?
You know what it's you want to go to a place right now where you can smell that exact smell.
New Orleans.
No.
New Orleans, Louisiana,
New
in the
Orleans.
French Quarter. It smells like dumpster and piss all
And
the time.
vomit. Don't
and
forget
vomit,
the
sorry.
vomit.
And that's my
I guess
home.
that's why everyone's always so drunk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I love New Orleans. That's like my home fucking town.
do
But
people smell it in New
stinks.
Orleans also? I've never been there.
no, the people smell great. They smell like hurricanes. You know, the drink hurricanes.
Yeah, people smell fine. It's the in the morning
It's-
walking down.
Here's the thing about New Orleans too: is it's under the sea level. So New Orleans actually sits below sea level, and I think it just stinks. You know what I'm saying?
New
it
Orleans
just
doesn't stink. Just the Quarter.
French Quarter, because everyone's pissing and
Because they
vomiting.
get wasted the night before and they are throwing up in the street. And...
So if you want to get an example of what it probably smelled like, here's the other thing too. I noticed I was watching a show, and it was like in old New York, and it was like back when there wasn't even streets. Like the streets were just dirt.
Yeah.
And I see like these really fancy women and stuff wearing like dresses and things, and they're just walking through the like muddy, streets. Like,
Right.
How do you keep clean back then? You know what I'm saying?
And then did it take him like hours to get into those clothes and out
Yeah.
of the clothes? So they
Yes.
probably smelled inside the clothes. I mean,
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not trying to be mean, but people really smelled.
I imagine.
Well, I think, even like deodorant, like modern deodorant is just like a relatively new thing. I remember learning in school also that in castles it smelled horrible because people would just use the bathroom wherever. There wasn't,
In
and
the castle?
Yeah, in the castles, yes.
Well,
and
I don't
Well,
know.
in the history of the world, he had a piss boy, right?
Right.
Didn't
Yeah.
he say,
Yes.
right?
Piss
yeah,
bucket.
yeah.
Right. That's what it was like.
so
Gross.
they would burn or they would have, potpourri and stuff, and that's and
Yeah,
they
to
would
cover
burn
the
Poopery.
incense. Yeah.
Nosegays, the little flowers.
What'd you say?
Nosegay?
Nosegays?
Isn't that what that's called?
Never heard of
Lancaster,
that.
help me here.
Nosegays?
Don't you know?
I have not heard of
You've
this.
never heard of that?
I
I'm gonna
know
have
of
to Google
snuff.
that.
I thought that was some sort of preference, like sexual
No.
preference. I'm a nosegay.
Yeah.
It's like a thing of nosegay flowers, a nosegay bouquet. Hold on.
This
Bee.
is a real thing. I'm looking
This
it
is
up right now.
yeah. See, I know what I'm
Wow.
talking about.
Nosegay.
They used to wear it around their necks
Thank
during
you.
medieval times.
Yes,
And it's like a little. Was it
little
like
thing
a
of
little?
flowers.
Oh.
Yeah. It's also known as a tussy mussy.
A tussy mussy?
Us.
So these people just thought that we'll just wear flowers because that'll help the stink of our bodies and
Right.
stuff.
I mean, let's not try to. Let's
I
not.
guess, that's what, I
Yeah,
guess
Tussie.
that's what the same people that wear Axe body spray
Oh.
thing too.
Hey, they're like, let's not bother to try to do anything about it. Let's just wear flowers.
Well, I don't understand why they sell deodorant without antiperspirant. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, right? Or the
Because-
other, they sometimes they come separate. Like,
Yeah, because some people don't want to inhibit sweating. I mean,
Right.
sweating is a natural
Yeah.
thing, so they just don't want to stink, but they don't mind, sweating. And then there's the times you don't want to sweat. So, yeah.
But you want to stink.
But you never want to stink.
Why-
There's never a non-deodorizing deodorant. It's always, that always has that part.
natural.
Right.
I still don't get like why armpits smell the way they do, like that musky. Is that just like a natural thing that humans like emit from their armpits, or is it just because like it's just a closed area that's always like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
feel like this is a Dr. Chogdula
I feel like it's
question
your
here.
body is producing like a musk from there.
Yeah, I want to say that there's glands
Yeah.
around there
Uh-huh.
or something that emit, like when you're stressed.
I think You have glands down there. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, let's go with that. That sounds that sounds right.
There's got to be, because if you're playing sports, your arms aren't exactly like, closed.
Right.
You're sweating, you still smell.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be weird if those glands were like on your elbows. That would actually be really weird. If like you're sweating from your armpits inside your elbows instead of your armpits.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's other areas on your body that are kind of closed off. Like if you're sitting all day, your negative knee area.
I think glands make sense.
Yeah, there's scent glands there. I just looked it up.
Glands.
So I just looked it up. So there we go.
So Benny B,
because the sweat they produce is high in protein. So.
Benny B, I confided in you about my mental health issues. Would you say you're healthy in the mental area? Do you have any issues?
Oh no, I am completely unhealthy in the
Yeah.
situation. Yeah, that's not even a question. But I would say that mental health, as what I've learned over the years dealing with it, is all about the state that you're in at the moment.
Right.
So, you fight your demons.
Yes.
But when you're fighting your demons, I've noticed that at least you're putting up a fight. So that means you're alive. And every day that you're alive is a day that you've been successful.
Yeah, that's true.
Great outlook.
Yeah, I think we keep coming to that conclusion pretty much every episode that we talk about any sort of mental health or anything. I think the point is to just keep on trucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's really all we can do.
And you have to remember, there's a lot of people that are alone that don't have that person to talk to. I mean, you have your wife, you have a podcast, but there's people who deal with this pain, and either they don't talk to anybody about it or they don't have anybody to talk to about it. So it's important to get the message out as best you can, for sure.
I think too, like, that's part of the cool thing about like Twitter, for example, is you can find a network of people that you can talk to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You can have a support system even if you don't have someone physically with you all the time to confide in. You still have this network of friends that you can confide in, and most of the time you end up meeting this similar types of people and with similar issues. So that's kind of the cool thing about, I guess, social media.
I think crazy people find each other.
Right.
I do. I believe
true.
that. But I've always wondered, what it would be like to not be sort of crazy or not have mental health issues. And that sometimes makes me, I wouldn't be the person I was, you know?
Exactly.
But the fight is hard. I have two young girls who are the love of my life, and they're full of life. And it's to this day, it's very hard for me to explain in words how you could be in a room with something so precious as as your daughter, and still have feelings of remorse and anxiety and anger or depression. The juxtaposition doesn't make any sense, yet they still live together, just like that every day.
Oh, we have boys, so they actually cause extra anger, anxiety, stress.
Yeah, they actually are like vampires that will suck any sort of life that you have left, and they will consume you. And I am just a shadow of a man that I used to be.
Oh, you're blaming them now.
No,
tell us how you really feel about your children.
No.
Right? Yeah. No, you love them. We all love our children.
Yes,
we
of
just
course.
want to kill. We just want to kill them.
At times.
Well, you know what? It's like,
Kill them to death with love.
With
Yeah.
sweet love.
when you're a kid, you don't get it. You don't know what your parents are going through. You don't understand the stresses of life, of like, how am I going to figure this out? When we get older and we're adults, and especially when we have kids and stuff, like, life gets kind of complicated. It's not just this easy, thing. And when you're young, you don't appreciate that. You don't appreciate the fact. I told my 18-year-old, is he 18 or 19? 18. I said, dude, you are an adult. You are a single person. You have not gotten anyone pregnant. You are free to do whatever the fuck you want. And I'm not saying, if you get a girl pregnant or you get that's the end of your life. I'm saying, like, right now your choices are absolutely endless. Like, you can do anything. And I don't think you realize that when you're that age, or when you're, before,
You're so dumb when you're 18. It's ridiculous. You think you could do anything. that's why you drive fast, because you think you're,
You're
Invincible.
gonna live forever.
Yeah.
exactly. So, but you don't realize how precious time in life is, So.
I don't know if I said this on yesterday's show, but I've said it a couple of times this week, and it's something when I first heard it, it really resonated with me, and it was that you live two lives. You live your first life, and then you live your real life after you realize you are gonna die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
and then the world really opens up to endless things that the only thing keeping you from doing them, with obviously there are things within beyond means, but the only thing keeping you from doing or trying to do them is yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's a finite world.
Why?
It's not infinite.
Why does it always seem like we've got it all figured out, yet all of us here, except for my wife, who has nothing wrong with her, we seem to forget that really quickly, and we seem to be stuck in this anxiety or depression kind of cycle. But yet when we get together and we talk about these things in our podcast, well, we've got it all figured out. Have you ever noticed that? That's what I seem to do.
I don't know. We need a pill to unlock our brains to figure that out right now.
I tried that, and it was a bad road. I ended up addicted to some shit. So
I think because when we're here, we kind of separate ourselves from the world and even ourselves, and we're able to look at things through a different lens.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of us, being a person in the world, it's like here we are in this imaginary internet room, and we are separate from everything else and able to see even our own flaws in our lives and in our character and be honest with it.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it's really just ourselves, like it's in ourselves way, meaning like it's
right.
Definitely.
As much as we want to like make excuses, and there could be something else inside us that drives us in different ways that we don't want to be. I think essentially it's all about who we are as a person to get over those things. If we wanted to do something, we would do it. That's like working out. People always like, I gotta work out. You're not working out because you're just lazy.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, listen, there's obviously times, unfortunately, physically people can't work out. But otherwise, that's a mental even if you're mentally unstable, you can still work out. Like that's actually going to make you feel mentally healthy.
Yeah.
But you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing. No one else is going to make you do it except yourself.
Right. Yeah, it's pushing yourself to do things that you don't really want to do, but they're going to benefit you. It's difficult, and why are we flawed like that in that way as humans? Like, shouldn't we be doing the most optimum thing that we know makes us better, but yet we'd rather sit on the couch and watch TV or play on Twitter and eat gummy bears? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe we're all just waiting for our next life.
We're in the waiting room.
Maybe this is all simulation.
That's
and we're
true.
just doing what we're supposed to.
There's actually a wonderful country song, and I can't remember what it is, but I think the title is "Waiting for My Next Life to Begin" or "My Real Life to Begin."
Well, that could be a dark way to think, because then it's almost like you're waiting to die.
It's actually it's a beautiful. No, it's about exactly what we're saying. It's that there are these things that are out there, and yet I'm sitting here waiting for that to happen on its own. And the only one that's going to make it happen is me. I got to find this song. I'm going to find it right now.
Yeah, let's play that song.
Give me the link.
That sounds great.
Give me the link and I'll play it.
Well, he doesn't know. Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
And then we'll get a copyright strike and not be able to put
So you have two boys. Now, do you believe that there is truth to the fact that they make children cute so you don't kill them? I've heard this once before.
Yes.
Babies are made to look like us, otherwise we would kill all babies.
Yes.
That's an interesting
whatever
theory.
thing or whatever entity or whatever you believe in that designed a baby, okay, they said get the eyes real big, big cute eyes,
right,
big round face heads and chubby cheeks,
pale skin,
because anything that screams and cries and shits and pisses and pukes on you that much, how could you possibly want to have that
right
thing?
Because when you get older, nobody says like, oh, it's adorable, you pooped, like it's
Yeah. Imagine.
Never
Also,
adorable.
it's not so great to clean that up anymore,
Okay.
right? It's like, you know. So.
Here's the thing.
It's
that-
not so great to clean that up then either.
Here's the thing. This is the other flaw in the human design. When we get older, they always say, "Oh, look, he's a cute old man. Oh, he's a cute, she's so cute." No, here's what should happen. As we get older, we should start getting cute again, so people want to take care of us.
Right.
We should somehow get cute again.
Right. Somebody should adopt us.
Yeah, I think we should.
Wait, that's not a bad idea. Maybe we should do
Adopt an
adoption.
elder. Yes.
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 I think they do that. I think you can adopt an old
What?
person.
They do not do that.
Yeah, sometimes it's against their
You're just
will.
trying to find a way to get your service person, little person that you can carry around with you. Like,
Listen.
like mini me.
You want like a little? So you like? Oh, that's interesting. Do you like midgets? Little people. I want to get that.
No, I was on mushrooms in Knoxville at dinner, and it dawned on me, and I started to crack myself up. Quite often, I will make myself laugh at just some of the stuff I think of because I'm so funny. But, and
So
humble.
modest too.
Modest. But no, I was thinking, how people have service animals? Well, I think it would be great to have a service person, just a small person. And I'm not saying a little person like a...
What are you talking
I'm not saying I'm going to,
But it would make it easier for us.
just like a smaller, like we
Small,
breed...
small enough that you could put them on your back.
Yeah, or just kind of like grab them and carry
a
them.
bag.
Right.
And
Like
I-
Master Blaster. Like
yeah,
when
but I
he's
don't
like-
want to offend, little people. I'm saying like maybe we in the future we figured out a way to like clone little smaller people, okay? And they could be our service people. And I'm not trying to say like slaves and shit like that. I'm just saying like for mental support, like that's your familiar.
No,
Right?
no.
You mean like
Like in the movie-
certified friend
Yeah, like he's your friend.
prescribed to you by a doctor?
He's
Yeah.
your
But
friend.
This person walks with you and goes with you everywhere.
Yes, he's your service person. Just like you go to Lowe's and you see
so you want this person to not have their own life.
Well, so when they've figured out how to clone people and stuff, they've taken out the will to live.
What? Well, so you have a depressed.
Yes. No, they're not depressed. They're happy. They're happy.
They're happy. But what do they look like? Are they just a face, arms,
no.
legs?
I'm thinking like
That's fun face.
completely no, it's humanoid like, but is completely hairless.
No, see, I feel like you
I'm
wouldn't
never
like
getting
this.
on iTunes.
Yeah, you would be like, just get this person away from me at some point. Like, there's just no way you would be able to.
Yeah.
So I found the song.
I told you
I'm
I
just
was
gonna
on
break this
mushrooms,
up
okay?
Before we venture
Yeah.
into danger zone here.
I wish
have to
you
buy
had.
this
one-
song.
You have to buy one of these people. I'm sorry. Go on. Sorry. This
Yes.
is very-
Yes. You're not issued them. Maybe you are. Maybe you're issued your person when you get
Oh, my
like
Lord.
I don't know. I think you're born and you're immediately issued your person and they grow with you. How about that?
What?
How about that? They grow with you. So then
So you
there's-
get like your social security number and your person.
yes, your service person.
Your
And then
service person.
maybe they're not called a person.
Uh-huh.
I think that's yes. I think why do we call it like a service humanoid? No,
Yeah.
a service. I hear what you're saying. It's not a person,
Right.
Because they don't have a soul.
Is it like an
Right.
AI or something?
It's a human. Okay, so it's not a robot. Now that would be interesting too, but I don't trust robots because I've seen Alien.
No. Because all these service things do is work with you on your emotions. Like
Yes.
they can't get you a Coke, right?
I mean,
I feel like he's thinking they get him things.
feel
also.
like they're you're not gonna like make them do your work for you, but
Right.
if you're like in bed and you can't
and
reach
you need a Coke.
and you need a coat.
Or it knows that you're very like you're tired, you're upset, and it brings you a Coke.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You can't see it because it's really small, so you can't see it over your bed, but you see like the top and like bringing a little Coke to your bed, right?
I'm imagining
knows.
I'm imagining like the size of like maybe a 5-year-old, like not tiny, but like like enough that you could like rest your arm on their head if you needed to.
Now you just, you just keep, yeah.
I'm really liking this. All right, we should listen to the song, and we have a lot more. But this is very interesting. Sorry about that, Junior.
Junior, if you have the song, I'll play it on here.
I think we've lost him.
All right. So
I guess
I'm
post
here.
it.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, post it in the somewhere.
All right.
Anyway.
So I posted in the green room for everyone, and it's
Okay.
by Colin Hay, and the
Okay.
song is "Waiting for My Real Life to Begin."
All right,
I
let me.
hope this doesn't suck.
When I first really heard this song, I was in Isla Morada in the Keys about a few months back, just by myself there for the weekend, and there was a guy in my little hotel area. It was, nice little hotel by the pool, guitar player singing this song, and actually I started crying. I'm a very sensitive person.
Mhm.
And I was just sitting there, alone for the weekend, and smoking a cigar, having a beer, and just listening to the words. It's a beautiful, beautiful song, and it's not a it is a song that really strikes a chord, but it's not a depressive song.
Right. All right, let's play a little bit of it and see.
Words are beautiful.
Is it country music?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Any minute now, my ship is coming in. I'll keep checking the horizon, and I'll stand on the bow and feel the waves come crashing down, down, down on me. And you say, be still, my love. Open up your heart, let the light shine in. Don't you understand? I already have a plan. I'm waiting for my real life to begin.
That is fucking beautiful.
You had me at hello.
Damn. That's really good. I like his voice.
Yeah, his voice sounds good.
Who is this cat?
Junior, is this actually you? And
Colin
you're
Hay?
testing the song out on us?
He sounds a little bit like
no,
Ben
no,
Harper.
it's not me.
It sounds a little bit like Ben Harper.
Yeah, he's got like
but better.
he kind of sounded like Peter Gabriel
That's
a
what
little
I was gonna
bit.
say, like Peter
you know?
Gabriel,
Yeah.
Ben
I
Harper.
hear,
Yeah,
I hear a
good
little
shit.
bit like Peter Gabriel there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good shit. I'm gonna have to add that
good.
to our fucking repertoire. Repertoire.
Yeah, we're gonna probably have to add
Repertoire?
that to the end of the shows because
Hell yeah.
Wait,
that's
what's
good
it called
shit.
again?
that just little bit hit me
Waiting
hard.
for my life to begin. Colin
My
Hay.
real life to begin.
Sorry, waiting for my real life to begin. That's good shit, man.
We just shared a moment here.
Hell yeah, I know. I felt like we were chilling somewhere and just.
Yeah, I wanna go. Do that. Let's go. All right, let's
I want
end
to
the
go.
show.
I want to go hug my wife and my kids. Thank you, Junior.
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah.
song. It's good shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy
Shiz it.
how that music affects us as humans.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
how I can be in a horrible mood and it's like something like I'm always struggling with and I always forget. All I got to do is put on some music, But then you ever go through that time where you're like trying to find a song and
Yeah.
you can't find shit?
Like you're in the car and
Yeah.
you just keep changing it and like trying to sing a piece of a song and then you're like, fuck it, I don't like this song.
Well, that's from that
Yes,
Tom Cruise movie.
Yes. Risky business.
So I try to like have playlists on my mood. So this way, like when in the mood I'm in, I know what playlist to play. It makes
Yeah.
it easier.
Yeah, music is so important. Like it's
Sure.
there, and I think there's like, I feel like there's arrangements of notes that for some reason make like the human mind just release endorphins or something. Like how does it work that just like because all sounds are just like waves of like air moving, and does that like the arrangements make us feel good or sad or happy? You know what I mean?
It's definitely gotta affect you. I mean, I find that music affects me physically. for sure.
Yeah.
During a bear market like this, which is awful, and you watch your portfolio go to shit. Music is always for real. Besides the people of the community, the music's always something I like gets me by. I'm like, all right, listen, I put a good song on, it makes me feel better. And then this way when the pumps come, I feel better about it. But music always finds a way to like change my whole demeanor. Like I physically feel different when it cheers me up. So I definitely think there's definitely something to what you're saying about that.
Well, and too, like it also like certain types of music like allows you to think differently and create. You're listening to good music and it stimulates things, and maybe it like reminds you of stuff, and it kind of gets the juices flowing, I guess.
So my favorite book and movie is A Clockwork Orange, and don't think I'm a sadist because of that, but the idea of the classical music that is exactly there's a lot of really good articles I could send you on this, and that the classical music, and actually when he did it in his movies, all of his music, he felt gathered emotion. He worked very close with the conductors, being what's his name? The director. Stanley Kubrick. He was all about music, and in Clockwork Orange, if you follow the movie, let's say, the music that he's listening to is different stimulation, right? For anger, killing, different things like that. So it's really interesting to go back to watch a lot of his movies, and if you actually just try to hear the music in the background, there's a lot of powerful movement to it. He was very, very big into that. I highly recommend people listening to a lot of interviews that he talked about that stuff. It was good stuff.
Also, go ahead.
Well, I just looked it up, and it said that music stimulates emotions through specific brain circuits, and also that singing can release oxytocin in your brain.
Interesting. I know
oxytocin.
When I play guitar, for myself, I'm not great or anything, but I play, when I put it down for like months and then I pick it back up. And when I play, it's like I get into like a meditative state, But I was going to say that a good example of what you're talking about, where music in film is so dramatic and so like just fits, is the scene, like especially in the old like Apocalypse Now and the Platoon, like with the helicopters flying and they're playing, like the old, 60s music. You know what I'm talking about? With the, I just like when I remember playing, I think it was Apocalypse Now, and when the helicopters, and it's like,
Flight of the Bumblebee.
Yes. Exactly, Flight of the Bumblebee. No, it's like, I can't remember the fucking song, but
yeah.
That's what this song is called, Flight of the Bumblebee.
No, it is not.
Okay, no, it's not.
Let me find it.
That's this. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Flight of the Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Flight of the Valkyrie.
Right. I was like, it can't be Bumblebee.
No, it's the one.
Yeah,
okay.
Flight of the Valkyrie.
So, fuck, I can't. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna look this shit up.
A bumblebee could be that dangerous.
It's Flight of the Valkyrie. I'm almost positive.
No, I know what you're saying, but I'm talking about the one that's like, it ain't me, I ain't no fortunate one. I don't even know if that's the song.
Oh, it's Fortunate Son.
Yes. You just said it. Yeah.
Yes.
In the song you said it.
But I swear it's like whatever.
I thought you were talking about the
Here we go.
The song.
Oh yeah.
That reminds me of Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, the Valkyrie thing. This is
well, talking about music and emotion, I always play music, certain tracks in my ears when we're doing the show, so that my mood is elevated, and then that transfers to my voice, and hopefully that works. Sure. I would recommend everyone to do that.
I always play music before a big meeting. I always sit by myself for 5 minutes, and I play music in my headphones and just this specific song sometimes to get myself like pumped up. Get ready. You're good. You're good. Yeah, for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking for Apocalypse Now. Go ahead, keep talking.
Right.
Go ahead.
But if you ever
He
really
has to
want,
find
if you
it.
Yeah.
if you ever really want to do something crazy, get really
Never.
high, okay?
Nope.
Or you could whatever you want to do. Go to IKEA
Right.
and bring it with the headset, your earphones, and just play Pink Floyd on
Yes.
a repeat and try to get out of IKEA.
Right. You know, I used to never do that. Like go to the
Blast.
grocery store and listen to music, but I did that, and I was listening to music while I was in like Walmart or something, and I had the best time.
Yeah.
It's like you see all these miserable people,
Yeah.
you know, and they're
Right.
grocery shopping, and you're just like chilling, you know.
Right.
Well,
that's
Maybe
why
you're an empath, Yuki. You know, and
Yeah.
you can feel people's energy. You know,
You
and
should-
it really affects you.
Yeah, it does.
You should come to New York City, like when I don't know if you've ever been there, but when you go on
Yeah.
the subway and everybody has their headphones and you look around and you get that feeling you're in who's depressed, who's not,
Yeah.
who's miserable,
Yeah.
who isn't. Like you feel that, you definitely feel that for sure.
This song right here evokes emotion for me.
Oh, well, this is the end by
Yeah.
the Doors. Is this what you're
Yes.
talking about?
I want to say that
Do you even music, bro?
Yeah.
No, I know who the fuck this is, motherfucker. I grew up on this shit. The Doors were extremely important to me, my friend. I used to take acid and listen to this.
Okay.
But you know what is a great fucking movie? Is The Doors, the remake with
With
Val
Val
Kilmer.
Yeah, it was
It's a
very good.
great fucking song. I can't remember.
Meg Ryan. Yeah.
Was it Meg
Yeah.
Ryan?
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, this episode is probably not going to make it on
best
YouTube.
Val Kilmer movie. What is it?
Oh, that's
so
tough.
hard. What do you
I
think?
already know my answer.
Well, I mean, obviously it's your question, so.
Well, it just came to mind,
So you
Okay,
say.
so I have my favorite.
Okay.
and I don't mean like he was the star. I mean best performance by Val Kilmer in a movie.
Oh, so it's not. It was my favorite movie he was in. Best part.
Let's go
that
with
he
both.
played.
Let's go with both. How about
Okay, so I think my favorite movie is Willow.
Oh, I liked Willow.
Oh, yeah,
wasn't
I love
thinking
Willow.
of
Yeah,
that.
I know. I'm
Wow,
looking at this
holy
movie
shit.
because he's
Yeah.
in so many movies.
Damn, that
Nice.
motherfucker is old.
Yeah, but Willow.
Oh, he looks horrible
was,
now.
Willow's fucking. I mean, but as an actor, there was no better Batman.
Yeah, he was. the best.
What?
Well, Michael
just fucking with
Keaton.
you, yeah.
Michael Keaton was. Way better.
Christian Bale was born to be Batman.
Nah,
first
he's
of all, and
he
then
was terrible.
oh yeah,
He had good movies. He was really good in Real Genius. Like I loved that. I remember when I was younger, but
I gotta agree with our listeners on Periscope here.
What are
What?
they saying? I
Best
haven't even.
performance by Val Kilmer for me is definitely Tombstone.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck yeah.
Doc Holliday.
Yes, yes. That's a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Was he nominated for an Oscar for that?
I don't know.
That was a great
Deserved it.
fucking movie.
Should have been.
Yeah.
So best film then. No, best performance by him for you, Big Benny is Tombstone.
No, I would say Doc Holliday is his best performance. His best movie that I enjoyed the most.
It's Willow. Do we lose him?
No, I'm here. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got you.
Yeah.
I thought Willow was an excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent
I actually
movie.
loved Willow
Yeah.
too. He was
I mean,
good in
Top
that.
Gun is great. You guys know the story of Top Gun, though.
No.
But
Don't.
it's really about it's really about homosexuality, right?
What?
Is it?
What?
You guys don't know this?
No.
Conspiracy
my-
theory time.
Right.
No. This is sorry. A matter of fact, there's a great on YouTube. You must listen. I'll 1 second. I gotta find it, but it's all about the struggle of Maverick,
Uh-huh.
who can't deal with his homosexuality.
Huh?
Yeah, and if listen, hold on. I know you're gonna. This is brilliant stuff here. It changes the whole movie. It's really good stuff. Okay,
This
hold
is
on.
about to change my whole life.
Yeah. So there's a great Quentin Tarantino in a movie called Sleep with Me. he goes through it. It's about there's a YouTube video of 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I don't know if you guys can play it, but he explains it to the T. Perfect. The whole movie is very different now. And how like he's in love, him and Iceman are like, the male dominance thing. He every time he tries to sleep with what's her name in the movie, like she's dressed like a man.
Oh,
it's a lot. It's very deep stuff.
Interesting.
I'm trying to think.
We're gonna have to talk a bit more about this on the couch, I think.
Yeah.
You have to find the Quentin Tarantino YouTube video. It's very short. It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and he does like this kick ass, like he just lays it out there.
Huh.
All right, we'll check that out on the couch afterwards.
Definitely.
Wow, that just kind of blew my mind.
I know, I'm
Listen,
speechless.
I'm not a huge fucking Top Gun fan, okay? I'm going to say it. I don't care about that fucking movie.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I don't give a shit about Top Gun.
Whether or not you like it or not, Top Gun was a transformative film of the time, okay? And it was a really, really big part of stuff.
Culture.
Back then.
80s,
yeah.
80s culture.
And it was important to things.
Okay.
And such.
Guys.
And such.
I want to say something. I want to ask you guys a question.
Belongings.
Okay. We're talking about movies. We're talking about, music and sound. And there are two movies that I saw when I was young that fucked me up.
Oh, do tell.
Oh, let's go.
Fucked me up. And I am still fucked up by them.
Oh, I know what they are. I know.
Poltergeist and The Exorcist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I found the Poltergeist more
scary. So you like comedies?
So I saw Poltergeist when I was probably, I'm 42 now. So Poltergeist came out in the theaters. Fucking, I don't know, but I was little. And I saw that shit in the theater. And I didn't even watch the movie. I was like hiding my eyes and everyone was screaming. But like when I would peel my eyes, and look at the screen and see some of that shit. And then later on watching it like on HBO or something when I was a little older, I know that the fucking effects were shit looking back at them now, and it's just like ridiculous. And it may have something to do with TVs back then were, shitty.
Uh-huh.
But the thought of like that shit happening, like it was real to me. The fact that like a poltergeist, like a spirit, an entity or something could
well,
ghost.
You still hide your head under the cover when you watch it. So.
Okay, so
wait. I got a couple questions to ask here. Now you just added another one to that, Tamara. First of all, what the fuck were you doing in a movie theater at that age watching that movie?
I was with my cousin. I was my brother. My older brother's like 9 years older than me, and my older cousin took me to the fucking movie theater. Okay.
Did you know you were going to see that movie?
No. Do you think I would? Okay, just step back to the fucking
saying,
80s.
Like,
okay. Let's go back to the 80s.
My cousin to go and see Warlock. But we knew what that movie was about.
Listen, my brother.
No Fear or something, whatever, with Ray Liotta.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew what that was. I'm just asking if you knew what you were going to see.
No. My brother cursed the day I was born. He hated me. Okay.
What was your scariest scene in Poltergeist?
All of it fucked me up. Like, okay.
Right. So I'll tell you. Yeah, go on. I want to tell you my one scene.
Yeah, go ahead. You tell yours.
The scene where they're in the kitchen, they go out of the kitchen, and when they come back in the kitchen, all the chairs are like in literally like second piled to the ceiling. I fucking freaked out because every time I went in my kitchen, I always thought I was going to come back in, the chairs were piled up.
So that's the kind of I'm getting chills. I'm not even kidding when you said that. That's the kind of mindfuck kind of shit, because I was like, and watching that movie back, and the scene where she's all excited and she's like, look, and she sets the little girl on the ground, and the little girl slides across the room knowing what they're about to go through, but she's all excited.
Yeah, that sounds like something my mom would do. Absolutely.
Oh my
She'd be
God.
like, look what she's doing. Isn't that cute?
But the thing for that with the sound was because all the people screaming in the theater, fucked me up. Right. But so the other thing was Exorcist. Like, they actually use like pigs squealing and shit. They mixed it in with her, you know, talking and stuff. Like, and just like the thought of being able to be possessed, and maybe that was some of the fear too with like Poltergeist, like being, you know,
The fear of the supernatural.
yeah, the fear of the supernatural, because you know, you think like that could kind of happen. Like, that to me is more scary than like humans and like Freddy or not Freddy. It's a bad example, but the Jason
weren't both
Voorhees.
movies cursed also? Like people died, like
Oh, yeah.
poltergeist and
Yeah,
things,
They
right?
died
yeah.
during the helicopter scene, I think.
Right.
That was Twilight Zone, I think. The helicopter.
No,
thing.
that was Poltergeist. There was a helicopter scene,
right.
and I think Drew Barrymore's like the only one that lived or some shit like that. I don't know.
Wait, was that Drew Barrymore? That's not Drew
yeah.
Barrymore
No.
in Poltergeist.
Drew
In Poltergeist, that's
No.
Drew Barrymore,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
little kid.
No.
No.
Yeah, she's
No,
dead.
Her name was
She died.
her name was Heather
Caroline.
O'Rourke.
You're
and
wrong.
she like
Junior.
She died.
she died. Yeah. She
Young,
died like
young.
very young.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
really.
Yeah.
I think she.
Drew Barrymore was
Actu-
in the there's
E.T.
she
and
was in that other
Oh,
one
yes,
that I
yeah.
like.
Heather O'Rourke.
The
Yeah.
one where they're different
sure.
stories.
Oh, the Cat's Eye or
Yeah,
something.
Cat's Eye. Mhm.
Stephen King.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cat's
and
Eye,
I
that
love
was-
that
that was
movie.
creepy.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Stephen King.
I've been reading Stephen King
Yeah.
books since I was like 6 years old. My mom loved Stephen King, so I would actually read them, and so I love horror. And
So the
He
funny thing is
doesn't.
the scariest movie for me though was Rosemary's.
I don't think
That
I
freaked me
saw
out.
that.
oh, that movie did freak me out too.
I don't think I saw
Yeah.
that. What's that about?
It's intense and
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
pretty-
there's a scene where like it's very quiet and all you hear is the ticking of the clock.
hmm
And I think that I never felt more anxiety. And when I watch that movie, it freaks me out, especially the whole baby thing. And
hmm
Again, it's
So
what
now
the
when you hear the
sounds.
ticking of a
Yeah.
clock,
You're like,
Yeah.
"Ah."
that freaks
I
me
think
out.
my worst movies were The People Under the Stairs,
That's scary.
and sometimes they come back.
No,
Mm.
that's good.
Because people under the stairs, because that shit really happens. You know,
What, like-
Yeah.
people lock
Yeah.
children
Yeah.
up and under the stairs, you know,
Right,
and like
right.
raise them like that.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they come back just because like there was a time where like I
Stephen
spent a lot
King.
of time in Puerto Rico at my cousin's house, and it was like up in the mountains and like really dark, and you would just watch this film all the time, and it was just really creepy and freaked me out.
They don't make movies like they used to.
No.
That's
My-
for sure.
I was young and it was Halloween, and then you know how they have all the scary shows on. I want to say it wasn't Twilight Zone, but I want to say it was something like that. There was this little fucking scary ass creature under the bed,
Yeah.
and
That
that
was like,
started my whole bed
that
thing.
was
Like I
like-
literally had to.
Oh, and it.
I had to turn the light off and run and jump as
The
far
Dark
as I
Tales
could
from the Dark
to
Side or
bed.
something? No,
Tales
it was like
from the
before
Dark
that.
Side.
It was
Tales from
before
the Crypt.
No, it was before. It was like
before
it was
that.
kind of like after Twilight Zone. It was like in. I remember there was like a
Yeah.
scary stories and shit.
Yeah, scary.
Like he would close her nose, right?
what?
Little.
Yeah, no, wasn't that Cat's Eye?
I think that was Cat's Eye.
That was
The little
Cat's Eye.
troll that
Oh
comes and
yeah,
like
that,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
Cat's
And the
Eye.
cat
I love that. That didn't
throws
freak
him
me
through
out.
the fan
Yeah,
to kill him.
yeah,
The little fucking plug in the wall fan
Yeah. I mean,
blends the troll, the magical troll.
Yes,
gets
yes.
chopped up by this
Yeah.
half a megahertz fucking fan.
but it was a scary movie. The show
Yes.
the special was awesome, but the movie that just came out, I thought they did a very good job with actually.
yeah. I did too. I was surprised.
The original movie was fucked up,
yeah.
Yeah.
and I can't even look at the clown in the new one. You know, it's, I don't know.
You can't look at him?
Clowns, I don't like.
Oh, you're not a big clown fan, huh?
I'm not a. Well, there was also Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great movie. See, they don't make movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they certainly don't remake movies like they used to either.
No, that's true.
can't
Poltergeist
just-
remake wasn't that great.
No, I don't
Most
like any of the
remakes
remakes or the reboots or any of that
Yeah.
crap. I like the original
Whoa.
stuff. I still think there's a theory though of mine that all the reason like we say that movies were better was because we were young and it was
It was
just
nostalgia.
it's nostalgia.
Yeah.
I think
I
there's-
don't know. Let me ask you a question. Have you seen a movie like Shawshank Redemption?
Ah, it's a phenomenal movie. I have not seen anything like it.
Exactly. Like
Right.
when you
Oh.
had 80
Okay.
to like 96
Let me tell you.
was the golden age of creativity. for
Let me
movies.
tell you something, sir.
Uh-huh.
I will say this to you right now. Fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. You might say I'm crazy and I'm a nerd or whatever, but I fucking love those movies for some reason.
They're great
Well,
movies.
They're great. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great,
Well,
but
They're good movies.
Yes. Yeah, no, they're very. Listen, I love them.
But are they
They're great.
films?
Right.
Well,
I know.
okay, right.
I agree.
Like Thor Ragnarok, awesome movie. It's not a
Agreed.
film.
No,
I haven't
it's
seen
not. It's not Shawshank fucking Redemption.
And you know why
Right.
though? Because film is not important anymore. Everything's Netflix now. Now there's these long, like epic, fucking like
I like that though.
the
series. I mean,
Game
I
of
like
Thrones.
long
Now
movies.
it's like this
Yeah.
long movie.
It's like a bunch of long movies.
You know?
It's like movies are short now. If you are into series,
Yeah, because like you have movies like 2 hours, or Game of Thrones, or like Rome, or all these long running, you
Well,
know.
because they're able to develop backstories and character development and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know,
I want them to do
Film-
The Stand now,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, why did Stephen
Yeah.
King why couldn't Stephen King find anyone to make good movies for him?
There's a couple.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good.
You know?
That's a good
The
question.
Shining.
Because
was
The
good.
Stand was horrible.
It was awful, but it was made for TV. So.
What's
a great
Pet Cemetery
movie
wasn't
that
great.
is underappreciated? That you think of?
Oh, I know. I love Natural Born Killers. That's one of my favorite fucking
Yeah, it's
movies.
good.
And my son just
an excellent movie.
just showed his friends. My 18-year-old son and my son loved it. I watched it with him and introduced him to it. And he introduced all his friends, and he said they hated it. Like they hated it. All of them.
Which one? You
Well,
said
because
Pulp
you know,
Fiction?
different generation.
I know, but how could you hate that movie? Like what?
Well, I'm not really a big fan of it.
You don't like it?
No, I never really was a big fan of it.
No.
I thought it was like a glorification of violence.
You know what though? Quentin Tarantino's
Well,
movies are like that.
That wasn't Quentin Tarantino.
Are we
That
talking
one
about
was a
Pulp
bit-
Fiction?
No.
What do you say?
No, we're
Natural
talking.
Born Killers.
Oh,
we're
Natural Born
talking-
Killers. Always get
Yeah.
those two confused.
That was Oliver Stone, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Natural Born Killers was fucked up though, man.
It was.
So, like,
It was just constant glorification of
Yeah,
violence
and like the scene where it's like you're talking about where the music, like the in the
Well, the Rodney Dangerfield.
yeah, the scene where there's like obvious
fucking
like
creepy.
his it
But
was.
I love the way. I don't know what it is.
And they
about
made it
that.
into a
Maybe it's
comedy, like
nostalgic
her
for me,
life
too.
was a comedy. Like he
Yeah.
goes to pick her
Like,
up.
they had the laugh track. It was just different. It was
Yeah,
that's what it was. I mean,
dark.
It was completely different than anything else that was coming out.
Maybe we should do a show just like this where we just talk about movies and music.
we can do that.
I'm down.
For sure.
That's a rabbit hole you might never get out
Just
of.
to clear this up, though, Yuki, this is not a new podcast, right? We're just gonna still do it on this one, just like that.
Yeah, but I just want to have Benny on all the time.
Or you,
No more new
okay.
guests. And we just talk about
One more podcast I'm not in that you're doing.
No,
Okay,
you
cool.
No,
too,
you're in
you
this one.
jerk
Just
off.
add this one to the
No.
47 on the wall.
No, you're in this one.
No, I'm
Goober.
saying we
Oh, I'm in it.
we change this format. We have Benny
No,
on
we will
every
do
time.
one once in a while.
How about
Okay?
Yes. Yes.
I know you. I know
You,
you.
you do a lot of podcasts. It's hard to keep track.
Dude.
But it's not just you. It seems like a lot of people in crypto Twitter have.
everybody's
have-
got a podcast? Everybody. And
We're
I've got
the
like
only
4.
one that do it live.
Yeah.
That's right.
With us on it.
How am I doing live? I've never been live
Doing
before.
good.
Oh, really? You're
Doing
great.
You're
great.
doing
Fabulous.
How
swimmingly.
about, what do you think of Brad Pitt's greatest role ever?
Oh,
I was
God.
just
Oh,
thinking
oh,
about Brad
7.
Pitt today.
That's easy. No.
Oh, what is it?
12 monk.
Oh, 12 Monkeys. You're
Okay.
right. You're right.
All right.
You're right.
What's
Done.
Everyone's gonna answer this time, though.
Yeah.
Let's talk
That's
about
also Bruce Willis's best.
let's talk about Brad Pitt as a comedic actor.
Oh, he was funny
He's
as hell
funny.
in that Alabama
He is
movie when
funny.
he was a stoner with the honey.
I love Brad Pitt.
Um,
I think Brad Pitt's.
Brad Pitt is great.
I like Brad Pitt.
So, what is
I
your
mean-
favorite
on.
mythical oath?
Let me look
Yeah,
up Brad
I'm gonna
Pitt
have to
movies.
go. Now I just forgot, but what?
Do I say
I mean-
mine now? Do I wait?
Yeah, go.
Yeah,
ahead.
go.
I'm gonna tell you mine in a minute.
Okay.
Stoner on the Couch, True Romance.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, right.
Yes. the
Okay,
Alabama.
guys.
And also one of the greatest films ever,
Very good movie.
Christopher Walken,
That was
I
Tony.
mean,
that was also
Val
Yeah.
Kilmer.
Which
so
one?
I love that movie.
What?
Yeah, True Romance.
Oh, True Romance
True
is
Romance.
great. Okay,
Arquette-
guys.
Arquette and Christian Slater.
Let me just talk to you just
Christian
about
Slater.
Brad Pitt movies. I'm gonna rattle some off here and tell
Okay.
me these aren't the
That
best
was
fucking
that was
movies.
Tony Scott. That was a Tony Scott movie, right? True Romance.
I have no idea.
I'm not sure.
Yes, and he also directed Top Gun, and he unfortunately killed himself like 4 years ago.
Oh,
But go on.
Okay,
Yeah.
are you ready for this?
Yes.
Inglorious Bastards.
That's a good one.
That's a good movie.
Yes.
That's a good movie.
Moneyball. I didn't watch the whole
12
thing, but it was
Monkeys
I
fucking
liked
good.
Moneyball was a great movie.
7 Years in Tibet.
Eh.
Eh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the one where it's like a comedy? It's like he's like plays like a bicycle and they end up killing a guy or something. And the funny
Oh, that's not that great.
it's
That's really not a great
fuck,
movie.
what is that movie?
Mexican?
No, he's like
It's
like
really
a
low.
damn it, I can't find it. Who's the one that was in Fargo? The lady in Fargo, the main lady in Fargo.
Oh, yes, that was the Coen Brothers movie.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
that
was
one.
good.
Ready to Burn or
Writing
Yeah,
something.
something like
Yes,
that.
It wasn't that great.
yeah.
What about Fury? Did you guys see that? The one's like a tank
I
movie
saw that.
he
That
was
was,
in.
that was a good movie.
Yeah, he was good in that.
Snatch.
Yeah.
That was good.
Oh, yeah.
Snatch was good.
That was
I saw
Great.
it way too much. So.
Benjamin
Oh
Button.
wait, he was. Wait a minute, he was in Fight Club. That was also
Yes, Fight Club.
Yeah.
He was excellent.
Fight Club was also, for me, the best book to film transition. You know, like usually you read a book and then the directors in the film, they destroy the book, you know?
Yeah.
Burn
Fight
After
Club was
Reading.
Closest.
Burn After Reading is the name of the one with
After
what's her
Reading,
name?
That's what it was. I didn't
Interview
like
with a Vampire.
Good movie.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I love that movie.
A River Runs
I
Through
forgot
It.
about that.
Did you guys like A River
Also
Runs Through It?
love that
And-
movie. One of my favorite
and-
movies of all time.
And talking about another good actor, Tom Cruise is.
Yeah, I love Tom Cruise.
I think he is a vampire because he doesn't
For a
age.
crazy
Oh, he
person, he's
hasn't
definitely
aged.
a great actor.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He
I
made
just
a
wish
lot
they
of
would stop making fucking Mission Impossibles already. I mean, can the Church of Scientology please come up with a different blockbuster? Because it's just tired.
What was that movie that's basically, it's a Tom Cruise movie that they say that is basically like Church of Scientology. It's like a pretty recent Tom Cruise movie. It's like a future.
the master. No, it was. Are you talking about the Master? The one that was supposed to be about.
It's the one where it's like they go back to the Earth and the Earth is kind of like, it's in the future. He's like riding a motorcycle in the beginning. Tom Cruise. Hold on.
He's always riding a fucking motorcycle.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
it's like a futuristic motorcycle. It was actually pretty good. But they say it's like, oh, was it Oblivion? Yeah, Oblivion. They
That was
say
an excellent
Oblivion.
movie.
Oh,
Was it
we
good
never.
movie?
You didn't like that.
I liked it. No,
No,
I
we
liked it. It
watched
got
it. You said
dumb
it was annoying. You
when
must have
what's
been in
his
a
name
bad
How
showed
was
up.
that?
When
How does that have to do with Church of Scientology?
I have no idea.
I'll tell you. So Oblivion, there's like all these undertones. Look it up. Let's see. Oblivion, Church of Scientology.
I mean, most of his films are produced by the church now. All Mission Impossibles are produced by the church. Days of Thunder was specifically made at Tom Cruise's request. They wrote
really?
everything because he fell in love with Nicole Kidman and wanted to do a film with her.
Oh.
And then The Far and Away was the
Yeah,
same
Far
thing.
and Away. Yeah, I was gonna say that was the first. Wasn't
That
it?
was a good movie.
Yeah,
Shining.
that was actually pretty good.
Did you guys
You know what
hear?
my
Where
favorite-
they met on the set of Days of Thunder, and then they wrote Far and
Oh,
Away
okay.
for them.
Right.
My favorite Tom Cruise piece in a movie is in Tropic Thunder. That's my favorite.
Oh fuck! I love that movie.
That's also
He was,
such a
he was
great
very, very
Fucking
funny. in it.
Love
Very funny.
Tropic Thunder. It's probably one of my favorite movies. We went to a movie theater and it was like one of those kinds where you can eat pizza
Cinnabar.
and like what was it called? Cinnabar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sit in the movie theater, they bring you food. And we're like, what are we gonna watch? And we like saw this Tropic Thunder. I was like, oh, this is gonna be dumb, you know. So we're like, whatever. Let's just watch it. And like from the get go, I just like when the blood scene, when like blood is just spurting out of his, you know, both his arms get chopped off or something, and I just lost it. It's like I never stopped laughing at that fucking
Robert
movie.
Downey Jr.
Yeah, I mean it's so funny. It's so fucking funny.
That's actually a good question. What movie did you laugh at the theater? I have mine.
Okay, that I think that's one
I
of
don't
the.
That's mine. Tropic Thunder's mine, I think.
For now.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
Borat for me, I couldn't. It was too much. There was a lot with everybody there laughing. I couldn't stop.
I don't think I saw that in the
I don't
theater.
think
No, I didn't see that in the theater.
I will say this, that a good movie that I've seen in the theater, and I've seen a lot of bad ones, was the one where they remake The Room.
Oh.
The
Disaster.
Disaster Artist.
Oh, you didn't. I thought you liked that movie.
I said I liked it. That's a good movie that I
good
liked that I
movie.
saw in the theater.
Oh, okay.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Disaster Artist.
I don't go to the movies that much. I usually wait till they come.
Yeah, we don't go very often anymore.
Yes.
I
It's
did
too
see a
fucking
lot
expensive.
of it is, but I did see a lot of 80s movies because my uncle owned a theater.
That's cool.
So, yes, I got
Wow.
to see a lot of those good 80s movies in the theater.
Oh yeah, that's right. You, your uncle?
My uncle.
Did you?
My Uncle Herman.
Uncle Herman. I don't know why that
That's
name.
that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
His name is Uncle Herman. Sounds like a mass killer who took children and stuff like that.
Yes. Uncle
You hear
Herman.
everyone, Uncle Herman's coming. Ah, shit.
Shit.
He was actually very nice.
shit,
We
Uncle
weren't very
Herman's
close
coming.
with that
Fucking
side of the
Uncle
family, but
Dude, Uncle Herman always touches me in a weird
No,
way.
no.
Like,
No.
Oh my goodness.
yeah, like
Not
it sounds
that
like
one.
that a little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah. That sucks if you have a name that people automatically
Yeah, people
associate with like
automatically don't like
molestation. Like Uncle
Or like a
Herman.
terrible name, period.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey guys, I think
Mildred.
it's that time of the show where we play our
Mildred.
little game. Are you guys ready to play a game? Benny Big, you
Eugene.
ready
Yeah,
to
let's do
play
it.
the game where it's called Truth or Bullshit, and Tamara's gonna read.
Yeah, so we decided that we
thing.
would go with you guys first
Right.
to warm up, and but I wanted to say that I am Lancaster, and everyone listening, I am working on the next new game, which will be yes, Does Yuki Know? And I'm going to come up with some questions, just general.
Hold on. I'm just stretching. Just give me a few
okay,
more.
okay,
Yeah, I'm getting ready here.
okay. Yeah, and then people will guess on that. But,
Train
right.
anything.
yeah,
How
he's
do
getting
I,
he's getting serious.
I
here.
thought I had a clapping sound effect. It's the laugh clap. That's what I have. I need to separate the laugh clap because sometimes you just want
Dang.
clapping and not laughing first. So I'll have to work on my sound effects. Okay, so I don't know if
Okay.
I just interrupted what you guys
No,
were saying,
It's okay.
but
Let's go. Which one of you two want to go first?
Junior, you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay, all right. Hold on. Okay, Tamara, I am ready, set, go.
Actor James Dean starred in just 3 films.
False.
That is a fact. The ancient Romans invented the flushing toilet.
True.
That's bullshit. Dracula was the first movie about a vampire.
False.
That is right. That's bullshit. Sapphires come in all colors but red.
True.
That is true. Winston Churchill had had a size of cigar named after him.
True.
That is a fact. Geliophobia is the fear of laughter.
False.
That is a fact. So
Time.
it's wrong.
All right, 3. All right, not great.
Good
great.
job.
Yay.
I'm nervous. Hold on. I might have to go to the bathroom here.
What?
All right.
Getting
I'm up
nervous.
next, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you need to go while Lancaster is going, you can.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
All right, on your mark, get set, go.
Macrophobia is the fear of long waits.
True.
That is true. The condor is the largest bird that flies.
True.
That is true. Istanbul was once called Constantinople.
True.
That is true. Mia Farrow was once married to Frank Sinatra.
True.
That is true. Crux, the Southern Cross, is the smallest constellation in the sky.
True.
That is true. George Westinghouse invented the refrigerator.
True.
That is bullshit. Seals do not shed hair.
True.
That is bullshit.
Time. Damn, 5. That was good.
6.
Ah,
No,
Six,
5.
buddy.
I counted 5.
6, buddy.
Uh-oh. We have a
Six,
discrepancy.
Benny, were you
Wanna read them
counting?
back?
Discrepancy.
I marked them all.
If I get 5, he did 4. If I get 6, he got 5.
So
I even
Let's
marked
see,
them off at
1,
the tally here.
2, 3, 4. Hold on. 5. I think he did get 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I
impressive.
scored twice.
But
right.
you just said true for everything.
Well, but those were the answers.
Every answer was true. So like you had
No. The last 2 were bullshit.
All right. Benny, Big Crypto, it's your turn.
ready.
On your mark, get set, go.
It is tradition to kiss the Blarney Stone upside down.
true.
That is true. There are 121 lights in the candelabra above the main staircase on the Titanic.
False.
That is false. That's bullshit. The first music chart in the United States was published in 1936.
True.
That is true. The grandson of oil tycoon John Paul Getty had part of his ear cut off by kidnappers.
True.
That is true. Portugal is the world's largest producer of cork.
False.
That is true.
Time. So you got 4.
4.
Good
Right.
showing. That's a
Wow.
good showing.
Benny's not a loser.
No.
Yuki's a loser.
Well, let me tell you something.
Yes.
I am not on
Good
my
job,
game.
Benny.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
I am not on my game right now. So
Just to update everyone that's listening,
Don't
official
care.
tallies are 25 Yuki and 29 Junior.
All
don't
right.
even give a shit.
Ahead by 4.
Close.
Yeah, let's for our outro music. Let's play that song that you did instead of the normal thing.
Which
the one, the
which
nice
song?
the
The
nice
one.
song. Let me see if
The
I can
All right,
find it.
let's,
waiting
let's
for
do
my
it.
real life.
So wait, so what are we doing about the competition?
Yes, I know. I was going to
Let's-
say we
yeah.
have to talk about that more because
Oh
we didn't.
yes.
we
So
didn't really-
the
we-
thing about that is we are going to I'm going to do another tweet, okay?
Uh-huh. Yes.
And it's just going to be like one tweet. You know, all the details are going to be in there. Do like a nice little graphic that says giveaway and what's happened, what the giveaway is, and look for that from the @Around the Corn account.
No.
What?
Huh,
What?
I'm sorry.
What?
Fucking this
What?
is the show.
What?
Wrong show.
That's
See?
embarrassing.
That's why, because you do too much fucking shit.
Yeah.
man.
Listen,
Wow.
motherfucker, I'm taking the fucking Around the Corn's taking a break.
I can
Jesus
see the
Christ.
I can see the GIF you're using right now.
So look for that from the what podcast is this
Get it
again?
right this time.
This is the show, and everybody that participated in the previous tweet, obviously you will also be included. It's not like, oh, this one takes the place for the last one.
Right.
We will look at the two
I want
tweets.
wait. I want to one up it because
Okay.
I feel like we need to inspire people.
Right.
Yes.
Besides getting a tattoo and you getting 0.1 BTC, which I will pay. Second place will get a keep key. Third place will get a keep key, and first place I'm going to give an Amazon dot.
Whoa. Okay.
Cool.
Amazon dot. So
That's
first
awesome.
place is a Amazon dot, and what you got to do, all the details will be in the tweet. We'll work that out. But basically, the thing with take the picture of I love #tits podcast is that's the thing. That's what you're gonna want to do. The most crazy way that I'm looking at your thing in Periscope, Junior. Yuki doesn't even know where he is. That's very true. All the details will be in there, but the most craziest place that you hold a sign up in church
Yeah.
or like at the DMV,
Get inventive. Oh, the
Right.
DMV.
you know,
yeah.
Or in line at Walmart.
right.
Yeah.
Or in the shower.
Right. Or
Getting coffee.
Yeah.
between two real tits.
Right.
Right.
And you're saying
Between two ferns.
if you get a tattoo, there's like a prize for that. And if you were to tattoo like my live actual face on yourself,
Yes.
there's even
Yes.
a giant prize for that.
No, but wait, it's not just your face. You have to be sipping a cup of coffee.
Oh,
Well, they
yeah.
could pull like the example like off one of my videos or something.
Right.
You can just.
I mean, you guys need to take yourselves viral. We need to get you bigger. I mean, this is the show is huge. I mean, this is a very successful show. We needed to go global. And the only way we're going to do that is with this contest.
I agree. I just have to remember what the show's called when I'm doing giveaways.
Yes.
and
Right.
things.
Yes, that would be good.
It's not like I'm doing 100 things behind the scenes here, Junior.
Well, I
so
think
get off my
that's-
case.
That's his point.
We will be taking the show national next week when we're in Vegas for HashoCon.
Hasho? Hasho Khan?
Hasho.
Right.
Hasho.
Benny-
Hosho.
But Benny Big Crypto, Benny B, Benny Big,
Benny
BB.
B.
the general, Benny
BB.
B, the giveaway guy. That's what we're gonna call him.
I love to give things away. I'm all about. We're a crypto family. We have to stick together.
Love
What you
it.
give out is always returned.
Yes,
That's right.
Threefold.
What you put out into the universe, it comes back. They say when you give money to someone, you're supposed to kiss it and to get it back. That way you
Then
get
it'll
it back.
Come back to you.
So I had somebody tell me that when I was younger. I went to this rabbi told me that same thing. Whatever you give to the world, you get back. He said that's why when you masturbate, all the semen you will be drowned in when you die later
Oh
on in
my
life.
God, that's
That's-
horrible.
That's a bad thing
And
to tell a kid.
That's
One more reason why I do not masturbate.
right,
Wow.
exactly.
For reaffirming my choice.
Wow.
It was the worst
Wow.
thing he could ever say to me in my life.
That's
I mean,
horrible.
it didn't stop me from doing anything, but for years I thought about that.
Right, which is not good. That's not good. Not a good thought.
So guys listening to the show here, just go to our Twitter thing there at This Is The Show and look for the tweet. We're going to do a special big new we're extending the giveaway because Benny is upped the ante.
Yes.
Look for
Thank
that
you,
tweet. Benny. And that way you can participate in this amazing giveaway that's happening. And then, I don't know, a week from now or something like that, we have Benny back on the show. We talk about movies and music and things, and we maybe do a winner. Who knows how long we're going to draw this thing out.
Yeah.
We could this could go. In fact, here's my thing. Maybe he keeps upping it every time. And before you know, you could win a Lambo or something.
No, listen, if by the time we get back next week, the bull market, I can't promise.
Right. Like, it's just going to keep...
Just give you fair warning, because then I get really stupid and I do a lot of really dumb things when I have like a lot of crypto and it's worth something.
Right.
So let's keep pushing it,
Yeah, I hope the market does come back, because everyone's getting sick of this like sideways and
I think we're just starting to really get the entertainment value out of crypto Twitter and everyone that's in crypto right now.
Mm-hmm.
And a bigger dip might even, accentuate the outflow of creative juices. So
right. I mean, people might kill themselves, but we might have better.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think we're past those days.
You think so?
Yeah. I hope so.
Me too.
So.
Well, these kind of shows like this that make you forget about the bad times. So maybe it's going to prevent someone from killing themselves.
Aww.
But maybe years and years from now, they're going to do like a movie about early days of crypto Twitter,
maybe,
and the podcasts, and how we started a whole new revolution, a new group of people, right? Like the boat that rocked, something along those lines.
Well, you never know when you're in it, you don't appreciate it, and we probably will look back at this time and go, "Gosh, remember those times?
Those good
how
old
fun
days."
It was."
Right.
Right.
Back in the day.
Back when Benny Big would come on and give things away, and we would just laugh.
I don't know.
Those days.
Junior, I'm listening to the song. I don't know if it's a great outro song. It's so...
I would agree. I would say it's definitely not.
It's not an outro. Let's go with a regular thing. Let's go with a regular thing.
Let me just say that thank you guys for having me.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you
for
being here, man.
Yeah.
I Goddess, you sound as lovely as you look, even though I've never seen you, but I'm just going to pretend like I saw you.
Thank you.
I've seen her.
Yeah. That sounded good. But guys, really thank you for having me, and your show is great, and I hope you guys have me on again.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thank you for coming on.
Anytime.
Our little joke is, thanks for coming on Tits. It's a little joke we do.
Right.
We like to really milk the tit joke.
Right.
Like to get our money's worth out of this,
This name.
Like a motorboat.
Even though it's kept us from getting on iTunes, apparently. No, they okay. So they I uploaded our podcast to this thing, and it automatically uploads to like all the fucking things, and we're on all the channels, Google and platforms. Well, so it's still like I'm waiting. Okay, when's iTunes? That's the one you want to be on, right?
No, iTunes takes a little while. When I did my podcast, I got on everything. I got on Spotify quicker. I got on everything. iTunes is the last one I got on, but I finally got on.
But here's the thing. So when I first did it, we were rejected like right away,
right,
by everything.
Yeah.
And I said, well, maybe it's because Tits podcast #Tits podcast. So I took that out, and I emailed them, and because they weren't going to let us be on anything, and then. So I emailed them and said, what's the deal? They said, okay, everything looks fine. I removed the Tits podcast hashtag out of the title. And then, I emailed them back. I said, we're in everything but iTunes. What's the deal? And she goes, well, you know what? On episode 13, in your description, if you could remove the word shitty, I think you'll be good. So we had the description was like we talked
about how shitty Auckland
shitty
was.
Time in New Zealand or something. So I've removed the word shitty from the description of episode 13. Fingers crossed, they're resubmitting it, and we get into iTunes.
Yeah, but now I'm not going to listen. because
No?
you got rid of that one. Shitty.
Well, it's just in the description.
Just
It's,
in one description.
yeah, it's not even in the. It's just the description on the podcast. It's not even. If they listen to this show, could you imagine
I know.
the stuff we talk about in the?
Shitty is the least of-
Junior like said, "Fuck you, Joe Rogan," like out the gate, like the first episode.
No, I said suck my dick.
Yes.
Hey, get it right.
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 I meant
Quote.
it in like
A good
you
way.
know, colleague kind of way.
But
Right.
don't.
So they actually emailed me and asked me a question about my podcast. It's called The Rabbit Hole. So we did season 1 last year. We're starting season 2 this year. And she said, she said, you mentioned one of your descriptions that you had 1 million. And I said, yeah. I said, I do. She said, well, she's like, how is that possible? I wrote, well, I live in the rabbit hole and I have rabbits that listen.
Right. You had 1 million listeners. You cut out. You said listeners, 1 million listeners.
I said I had 1 million listeners.
Right.
And she said, what kind of listeners? I said, well, I live in a rabbit hole.
Right.
That's my thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have 1 million rabbits that listen.
Right.
And she just wrote me back a question mark.
And
then-
right over her head.
And then I wrote back, I said, I'll just take it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like just like this. I was like, okay, I'll take out the word shitty, and let's just do it again. Like, you know. So anyway,
She's like, I don't have time for this comedy thing here.
all right, gang. Well, thanks again, Benny Big
Yeah,
giveaway guy, for coming
great
on the
talking to
show,
you.
talking to us about
Any big?
all the cool stuff.
The only live crypto Twitter podcast.
That's
going on
right.
today.
We don't even
So
really
you-
talk about crypto. Is the
Yeah.
thing. It's a funny thing.
Yeah.
Right.
We're, you know.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
Don't tell.
Yeah.
That's a
That's-
secret.
You're
That's
gonna
our
lose.
shtick.
Don't say anything. You'll lose your audience.
Yes.
I think we already lost them like
Yeah.
a few episodes back.
Yeah,
No.
we're just doing this for ourselves, actually. I think.
All right.
Well, I'm
Why don't we
looking
just say
forward-
buy Ripple, and then everybody.
Yeah. Well, Junior, you want to do that thing that you do so well?
Yes. Let me get my music back in my ears.
Yeah.
Well, I got music
And
for you.
thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to another episode of This Is the Show. We love you all very much. Don't forget to be kind and be nice to everybody. And of course, one more shout out to our sponsors. We have tothemoonevents.io for a fantastic, fun-filled weekend, December 7th through the 9th in Tybee Island, Georgia. Please visit tothemoonevents.io, where we will, of course, be serving Huddle Fuel Coffee, the best damn coffee you're going to taste all day that is associated with crypto, because it's the only one. Yeah, and it's delicious. And don't forget to pick up your This Is the Show gear at Bit Ninja Supply. You know where to find it. All those nice fancy threads. Bit Ninja Supply, Huddle Fuel Coffee, tothemoonevents.io. Yuki is the time where you do that thing.
Okay, guys, this is the part of the show where we say goodbye. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks for coming on, Benny Big.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Can't wait to talk to you again.